Okay, I'm live over here. Let me go ahead and go live over here on TikTok. So I'm live on YouTube and now I'm live on TikTok. Okay, welcome guys. Welcome. I'm really going to get right into it. I'm not about to wait for people to join in the room like everyone else does. I want to get straight to this point because I don't want to be on long. It's Sunday, so Sunday is normally my rest day, but because I didn't get on live yesterday, I'm getting on live today. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Coach Amber Nicole. I am a confidence strategist, a change agent, and a spiritual healer. So most of my coaching is spiritually led. And you don't have to be a Christian to be able to get the coaching that I do. I usually am okay with whatever your thought process is. However, you have to know that my way of coaching is to lead you back to God. So if your goal is not to eventually want to lead back to God and wanting to understand God, then maybe you might not be for me. However, the goal is for me to coach you back to God to get the healing that you need. Now, as you can see today, that we are going to be talking about protecting Black relationships. Now, I get it. I love everybody. Good afternoon. I love everybody. I love it all. But however, what I see attacked more than anything else, or maybe it's just what I'm paying attention to, I don't know. But what I personally feel like what I see being attacked more than anything else is Black relationships. When I remember being younger and I remember being around my family all of the time. When I was little, tell me if I'm wrong, or can any of you guys relate with me? Is when we were little, I would go to my grandparents' house for every holiday. We was over there for Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I was always at my grandparents' house with my cousins. I was staying the night at my grandparents' house with my cousins while my mom and my aunties and uncles went out and had fun. Like when we were younger, it was really this close, tight-knit relationship that I had with my family. Once we start getting older, we didn't maintain that same level of family like my grandparents did. And, it's kind of disheartening. Not that I don't love my cousins. I love my cousins. I talk to them. However, it's not the same when we were younger, how we used to be making sure we get together all the time. So from there, I'm thinking about that's kind of an area once we got older where I realized relationships between us, just relationships in general in the Black community have been targeted and have been messed up, have just been in a space where we're not unifying. And if you can think about it, even in like slavery days, that's when it really mattered for us to be unified and connected and really loving each other. And, and now we're at this point where if you see the comments that are on my page, if you see the comments that I see on my page right now, majority of the comments that I have is usually men bashing. Not I'm not scratch that. Not bashing women, but saying my experience has not been good with Black women. Not that they stop dating them, but there's a lot of negativity when it comes to Black men and what they think about Black women. Not that they don't still love us, but they have like this negative connotation about us. And I see the same thing with women. Black men need to learn how to treat us. We're not being protected. Black women is at the bottom of the totem pole. And I do believe that when it comes to us being protected, making sure we are cared for and taken care of. This is not for me negating Black men. If you can see what I'm saying, it's protecting Black relationships and how important I think it is today. And if you look on my page or you look at my mission that God gave me is to unify us, is to bring us back together, is to get us into this space. You guys see my dog in the back? Is to get us to this space, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, I don't think you can see it. Anyways, to get us back to this space where we are one again, to get us back to this space where we are rebuilding what we never had before. And I'm not just talking about doing what we did before. I'm talking about doing it in a better way, because now we're coming to a better space of intellect. Now we're coming to a better space of where we got doctors and lawyers and entrepreneurs, and we weren't never that before. So now more than ever, when we are able to come together and build up Black Wall Street when it was taken down, I doubt that it could be taken down again if we try to do that again. But there's so much hate and animosity and anger and frustration and hurt and pain and trauma in the community that is so hard to even get to that space. So my goal is to do whatever I need to do, because I can only do my part. I can't do anything for anybody else. I can do my part. My goal is to figure out a way to get all of us back together on one accord. And whatever I can do to understand Black women more, to understand Black men more, and to unify and be the gap between us to teach and help, then that's what I'm here to do. And that's what my mission has been for several years now, is to unify us. It started with Black women, and I've been doing a lot with Black women, is healing pain and trauma, women who's dealt with sexual abuse, domestic violence, some of those things is I've dealt with as well. Healing the father wound, I've had to do that as well. So being able to get back to a space of heal and wholeness will be the best way that we'll be able to learn how to unify. So one way I want to get on here and let you guys know is how you can help me unify us together, right? How you can help me, number one, is by taking responsibility for yourself. Because when I hear all the time, it's men do this, men do that, men are cheaters, men are doing this wrong, men don't protect us, Black men dating white women. And what I hear Black men saying is women are gold diggers, they all look the same, all they want is money, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. Mind you, this is just their experience. They can't speak about all women because we're not all the same. They're only speaking about their own specific experience. However, that is their experience. So the one thing I want to ask for both of us, Black men, if you on here, Black women, if you watch me, the one thing I want to ask of you today is to take responsibility for yourself. What can you do to make the world a better place? What can you do to show up and be better? How can you heal yourself? What trauma is it that you're dealing with? Because what I've learned, and trust me, I've had to do my own work. I'm not preaching to the choir. I've had to do this too. What I've learned is when I'm continuously pointing the finger at you and pointing the finger at whatever it is that you need to be done and telling you, you need to do this better. And if you just did this, then I can do that. No, that's not the truth. Because I can't change you. I can't make you be nothing. I can't make you be better. I can't make you go to therapy. I can't make you get coaching. But what I can do is show up in the world a better person, and hoping that whoever I am and how much better and healed I am, you can come up to my level and not me stoop down to your level or stay there. And this is for both of us. This is for men and women. Because what I see so much of men, Black men and Black women, I don't pay as much to white people, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm not prejudiced or any way, shape, or form. However, my goal is to unify us, because when we get back to loving each other, when we get back to supporting each other, when we get back to sharing and building each other up and being each other's support system, you know how much more money we can make? Black people are not at the bottom when it comes to poverty. I do know that. However, there is a lot of Black women and men that are living in poverty. And why? Why would we when we serve a God of abundance? Why are Black people the most Christianity, the most God-filled, and God gonna do it, but yet we one of the most broke people? I didn't understand that when I was little, but once I got older, I realized it had a lot to do with our mindset. Yes, I have a YouTube channel, and I'm actually over on my YouTube too. I'm on both of them right now. My YouTube is the same as this. Hello, Amber Nicole. Thank you for asking. But it was really because of our mindset and how we thought. It was the pain that we deal with. It's because we grew up being broke, and that's all you know. I remember when I used to be like in my 20s, because I grew up in poverty and it's all I knew, I would never say I wanted to be rich. I would always say, I just want enough money to pay my bills, just enough to make sure I can pay my bills. And if I want to travel here and there, that's all I want. Like, I didn't even have the mindset of going bigger and beyond. When I seen rich people, I thought that the only way I can get there is if I was born there. And if I wasn't born into having money and I wasn't an heir to something, then I couldn't have it. I really, really thought that. It wasn't until I went on this journey of rediscovering who I was, or let's just say discovering who I am, where I finally realized I could be on that yacht. I could be an entrepreneur. I can be doing a whole bunch of the stuff that the rich people is doing. I don't have to work a job 40 hours a week or six. Actually, I was working more than that. I was working probably about 60 hours a week at the job I was working at when I worked as a medical assistant in healthcare. But I was still struggling. And so when I got to this space where I said, this is not the life I want to live. I don't want to live a life to pay bills. I don't want to live to just make sure my kids are taken care of and make sure I can pay bills and take them to sports. I want to get up and travel. I want to work in a position where I can travel and work at the same time. I want to be able to experience life and life to its fullness. How can I, like I said before, how can I serve a God of abundance, yet I'm not fulfilled abundantly like I'm supposed to? So I've been on this discovery probably about 7 years now. And finally, at this space where I realized that it really had to do with, number one, is a support system. We need to learn how to support each other. If we are so focused on what's wrong with you, we're never going to get to the space of how to be better with you for each other, because there's always going to be something wrong with you. You can look at me or look how healed I am or whole I am or how I show up and how I love Black men and how I love Black women. But at the end of the day, I still got stuff I'm messed up about. I am not perfect. Ask my man. He'll tell you some of the things that I'll be doing. I'm not perfect, and I'll never be perfect, and I'll never be at this place where I'm just totally healed from everything, because at the end of the day, I'll forever have those scars. At the end of the day, I'll always be a little girl whose father left her at 6 years old, never to return. I'll always be that little girl who had her first child, who was molested from 10 to 11 years old and had my first child at 12. That's going to be me. I'm always going to be the one who had a mother who I felt neglected from. I have problems and I have that little girl in me. However, I had to work on healing that little girl and speaking to her and saying, you're not there no more, baby. You're protected now. You can do so much better today. You don't have to be her no more, because now you can protect yourself. You don't have to be her no more, because now you can get to a space where you're an adult and you can decide how you want your life to live. When I was a child, I acted like a child, but now I became an adult. I got to do the adult things, right? It's in the Bible. So I really want us to get to this space where we are learning how to love each other, to support each other, to build each other up. And the only way I can do is by doing my part. The only way I can do is by doing what I need to do. I can't do your part. I can't do your job. I can't heal you. What I can do is give you coaching tips, but I could do that all day. But if you don't take the tips, if you don't put them into practice, if you don't do the work daily, when I tell you daily, I have to daily show up and speak to myself in a confident way. I have to daily show up and say, Amber, you're dope as fuck. I have to show up daily and say, Amber, you deserve better. If I'm in situations where I'm not receiving what I think I should be receiving in that moment, I have to do that for myself. When we get to this space where you are loving you so much, I mean you. And when I mean self-love, I mean taking care of your healing, the inner person, that inner pain that you refuse to talk about, crying those tears that you refuse to let go of, speaking about the things that you refuse to say that you still have feelings over. Some of it can be, something that your mama did to you when you were 6 years old. Your mom may have been a drug addict, but now she's good. And you don't want to think about the fact that this still hurts me today, even though my mom is not the same person. It still hurts me that she left me for all those years. It still hurts me that she abandoned and neglected me. And now I have abandonment issues that I refuse to think about because I'm not there anymore. But baby, you're still there. And let me tell you how you're still there, because you're still showing up that way in relationships. So when I hear men say, my experience with women has been that they are users. My experience with women has been that I was giving them the world and they still didn't show up and give me what I needed. Then that means you dated a woman that was broken. And what I want you to do is start taking accountability for dating a broken woman. Maybe you got a savior syndrome and you thought you can save her. We can't save people that don't want to be saved. If they are not doing the work on their own, if they are not making sure that they are showing up, getting therapy, reading books. I'm always reading books. I'm in my therapy session. Therapy is not for when you're already broken. Therapy is also to make sure that you stay on the right path. So while I've healed those broken parts of me, I still have to make sure that I'm showing up at my therapist and doing what I need to do. What's the point of me being a coach if I'm not getting the help that I need for myself? How am I just telling you to do stuff, but I'm not doing it too? I can't do that. I got to make sure that if I'm sharing things with you, I'm also living by it. I'm not just telling you what to do. I'm telling you what works because it works for my life. It's helped me be a better person. It's helped me show up and love people just where they are and not trying to change them, not judging them, and not trying to make them be anything different. So what I want for you is to show up and be the best version of you, even if whoever you're saying needs to show up needs to be better. Maybe your man does need to be better. Maybe your woman does need to be better. Maybe it's not just in a romantic relationship. Maybe it's a brother-sister relationship. Maybe it's with your father. Maybe it's with your mother. They probably do need to show up and be better. However, you can't change them. You can't make them be something. And I don't care how much you try to teach them and show up. My coach always told me that the only person I can change is me. I can't change you. I have to decide on how I'm going to show up in your life based on how you're loving me. Am I going to keep giving my whole, all, everything to you when I know you can't give me the same in return? Or is there an area where I'm going to have to say, I love you, but I have to set boundaries here until I see that you can be a little bit better? I can't make you be better, and I'm not judging you, but I do have to take care of my soul and my spirit, and I do have to continuously loving on me. And if just because you decide that you don't want to do that, I still have to show up to be the best version for myself. So for you guys, I just want to make sure the biggest thing that I want to talk about protecting Black relationships is number one, is just taking accountability. I don't have no certain number on here, but just taking accountability for how we can be better. Taking accountability of how in our relationships where we could have shown up and been better, whether it's when we were children, how we can show up and be better now by getting therapy, by getting healing, by doing whatever needs to be done, by reading books. What's the last book you read? I read books constantly. I read all kinds of different books. Most of them are spiritual and healing books. Some of them are how to be a millionaire books, but I'm constantly reading to gain new knowledge. I'm forever growing and evolving. And my question for you is, how are you evolving? You can't just say, oh, I'm growing and I want to be better when you're not doing something different than you've ever done before, when you're not around people that you've never been around before, when you're not elevating your mindset and doing different things. If you're always doing the same thing, then you're always just going to want to be better. I want to be better, but what are you doing to be better? I want to have a better job, but what are you doing for that? I want to have better relationships. I want marriage. Well, what are you doing to be a better husband or be a better wife? Because another thing that I learned is wife and husband is something that you are before you even get married. I'm a wife without a ring on my finger. I make sure that I do what needs to be done. I show up as a wife. I show up classy. I make sure that I'm not putting my ass all out there for the internet to see. I show up as a classy woman because that's what a wife does. I take care of my children. I do what I need to do because that's what a wife does. It's my character. It's who I am. That's what I do. It's not when I get the ring on my finger now, okay, I'm a wife. If you wait until then baby, you're going to have a whole lot of struggles trying to be a wife and a husband as soon as the ring comes, because whatever personality traits that you struggled with, you're still going to have that same struggle with the ring on your finger. So what work are you doing today to show up and be better today? How can you show up and be a better person? My message for you all today is literally about taking accountability for you. Stop pointing the finger, because I see so much of it. And I know it's not going to stop. I don't expect it to. I know I'm going to see the comments. I know I'm going to see the men saying this about women. I know I'm going to see the men saying this the women saying this about men. However, my goal is really to teach you how to take accountability for you. How can I be a better person? How can I be the best me? Because when we all take accountability for our own actions, we all take accountability for our own healing, when we learn how to get into those deep inner parts of us that we struggle with, then we'll finally get to a space where we can be better. Because when you show up better, then the world is a better place, because everybody is showing up being better. What can we do to do that? Sit down and ask yourself, how can I show up and be better? I really want us to get to this space where we are loving each other again. Because if I can find some people that I can team up with and partner with, or we can build businesses together, we can go in on real estate together without saying, well, I don't trust you because I don't know you, or whatever the case may be, and having that whole mindset, well, how are we ever going to build if we don't do it together? Where's the community? Community means the collective of us all. If we're all trying to do it separately, then that's not building. And it's that much more harder when you're trying to do it by yourself, versus if we come together and say, what do you have, and what do you have, and what does she have and he have, and now let's come together and figure out how we can do this together so that we can build stuff for our families, so when we die, we have things to leave for our children. They're not struggling. We have something set in place for them. But we won't get to that point as long as we don't never trust each other. And we won't get to that point as long as we keep on blaming the other person. And we won't get to that point if we don't do the healing, because a lot of not trust within us has a lot to do with your lack of healing. When you don't trust people, it's because you're not a healed person. It's because of things that people done to you that caused you not to trust. However, you didn't heal that part of you, and now you're still there. I'm a trusting person. However, you have to prove that you trustworthy. You don't just get trusted. I don't just give trust away. I'm trusting everybody. No, you got to show up and be a certain type of person. You got to show up and have a certain type of character. But I know that, and I can see that. I can see a bullshit from a mile away because I've been around it. I've seen it. But I don't just not trust you based on how you look. I don't trust you based on how your character is and not how you treat me. How do you treat other people? If I see someone treat me amazingly, but we sit down and I go to dinner with you and you treating the waiter like nothing, we're not doing this. I'm not doing this with you. Because I can't trust you, because who cares about how you treat me when you treat other people like that? I'm talking about the totality of who you are. That's what matters. So what can you do to be better? How can you show up and be a better person? I really want to know that. I didn't want to be on here long. Looks like I've been on here about 20 minutes now. So I really want to share something new that I'm doing for you. Coming up, I have a new TV show coming up. It's called Troubled Waters with Amber Nicole. So I have Troubled Waters with Amber Nicole, and right now we are accepting new clients. I'm super excited about this. So it's going to be something like, if you know Iyanla Van Zandt, Fix My Life. She doesn't do that anymore, but it's going to be something along the lines of that. Not exactly like her, because I'm not her, and I'm not going to do it the way she did it exactly, but what I'm saying is going to be something like that. So if you go to my website, or go to my link tree, actually go to my link tree, it'll say on there Troubled Waters, where you can fill out an application. We have a couple people that's already filled it out, but fill out the application, and then we'll go through and see if we're able to help you. What it is me and my team will come to your house and we will do in-house coaching. However, obviously, you know that it's going to be on YouTube right now. So it's going to be live on YouTube, shared on YouTube, about not live, but it's going to be on YouTube later on Thursdays every day starting in May. But so I'm trying to line up some clients right now so that I can do some in-house coaching and get to a space where I can really, really help you. It's going to be a weekend thing. So I'll come in, fly in wherever you are on Thursday, fly in on Friday. The coaching will be Saturday and Sunday, all day, where it's dedicated to me sitting down, helping you, talking with you, teaching you whatever it is that you need, with whatever it is, whoever you are, whether it's your mother-daughter relationships, whether it's father-son relationships, mother, whatever it is, whether it's family relationships, family love relationships, whatever it is, it's relationships, Black love, Black relationships. I'm accepting new clients right now. You fill out an application and get me in your home for a weekend. I'm super excited about this because I've never done, most of my stuff has been like either coming to my office or it's been virtual. So the fact that I'm finally coming to you, and then not only that, it's going to be a TV show, and then hopefully the plan is for it to be bigger. You know, I'm trusting God for it to be bigger, but right now we're just getting things started. So we're going to see how it goes. If nothing else, I'm still going to make sure the healing comes into your home and make sure that you get the impact and the help that you need, because so many people are struggling in relationships now, and you just don't know what to do, and you're trying everything and you're watching stuff, whatever you're doing, it's not helping. So I'll give you specific goals and information that you need, specific help in person, right on the spot with you, wherever you are that you need. So go to my link tree. It's linktree/helloambernicole.com, and go to my link tree and fill out an application. Me and my team are going to go over the application, and we're going to pick people. I mean, there's no certain amount of people because the show is going to go on. So we're going to pick you. We'll let you know if you're good for the show, if you're a good fit, if I'm good to be able to help you wherever you are. Know that I help with mental health too. So if you have someone in your family that's struggling with mental health, I'm also a certified mental health coach as well. So if you're struggling with mental health as well, I'll come in and help you and give you guys tips and tools on what needs to be done right there in your home. Or I might get an Airbnb. It just depends. It doesn't have to be in your home. It could be an Airbnb in your city or whatever for you guys to stay in. But just it's going to be in person is what the point is. I'm going to be in person, making sure I can show up, help you, teach you, guide you, give you the wisdom, and teach you to have the bravery and the courage to do what needs to be done. I'm super excited about this. I'm super excited about being able to get to this space where I'm finally like out and about now. I'm traveling now. I'm going different places. So but if you're in the Florida area, because that's where I am, if you're in the Florida area, I would love to start there because I can start much sooner if I'm in the Florida area. If you're in the Florida area, preferably Central Florida. So if anyone on here is in the Central Florida area, I would love to get started. You see my dog? Ooh, that dog. Anyways, preferably the Central Florida area. So if you're in the Central Florida area, fill out an application. Let's get started. We're starting coaching this month. Everything's going to be aired in May. However, the coaching starts in May. Starts in April. So April's here. Fill out an application. We're going to get things done, get it together. So get that application in and let's get those relationships healed, whole, build them up, get you to a space of where it needs to be done. Bachelor's degree in psychology, you are on the right. Yeah, so it gets you on the space of where you need to go. I love you guys. I want us all to be at a space where we are loving each other, where Black men are supporting Black women, where Black women are supporting Black men, where we are at a space that we are so unified that they can't even break us down. And whatever I need to do to get you there, and I'm asking that you can do your part in this as well. Instead of being angry and bitter about whoever didn't do you right, taking accountability and doing what you need to do to show up and be the best version of you that you can possibly can. That is all I can ask of you today. That's what I'm doing, and that's what I do daily. And I'm asking that you do that same thing. I appreciate you guys watching. I talked super fast. I know I was trying to get it all out without being on here for too long. So thank you, TikTok, for watching. Go to my website, www.helloambernicole.com. I also have a YouTube. Go follow the YouTube because that's where the show is going to be at. So it's going to be on YouTube right now until someone picks it up. One major company picks it up. But right now it's going to be on YouTube for you. So go to my YouTube, Hello Amber Nicole. Go follow my YouTube page. It's going to be on there. We're going to have live episodes every Thursday. Live pre-recorded episodes, I should say, every Thursday on here for you guys to be able to watch new episodes. How about that? I said live. New episodes every Thursday starting in May. So let's get it going. Go follow my YouTube. Thank you guys for watching me. I love you, Black man. I love you, Black woman. I hope that you can help me help you. You have an amazing day. Bye, guys. I'm hopping off now. However you do this. All right, YouTube, I'm hopping off now. I thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here with me. I hope that I could be some help to you. I know that I can be some help to you. I hope that you take the help that you're getting offered today. That's my hopes, that you take the help that you're being offered today because you need it. You have no choice but to get it. You have no choice but to do better. The world is going to keep on passing you by if you don't do what needs to be done in this very moment, in this very hour. All right. I'll pray for you really quick. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for all that you're doing in our lives today, Lord. Thank you for showing up for us today, Lord. Thank you for using my mouth for wisdom today, Lord. Thank you for everyone that's watching this YouTube either now or on the replay, Lord. And I pray that something in my words today hit them in their heart, that they know that this coaching they need, Lord, that they know it's time to get healing, God. I pray that something that came out of my mouth that healed them a little bit more to teach them how to take accountability and show up and be better for themselves, Lord. In the mighty name of Jesus, I know that you are having your way right now. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen, amen, amen. All right, guys, I love you. I love you. I love you. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Sunday. Bye.